So from today we are going to start with the Python programming language. Okay. So there are so many questions related to the Pythons, why the name is Pythons, who is the developer, when it is started, what is the role for this, and why did it created. There are so many things are there. You can easily find the history on the Google and all that also. But still some of the basic points we are going to discuss here so that you can understand like why it is developed. Okay. So the Python is a kind of a programming language. Okay. Let's remember it's a kind of programming language. So basically it is nowadays used in many ways. Like you can use in console based applications, desktop based applications, web based application. There are framework like Flask and the Django, and in the data science, machine learning, robotics. So everywhere it is languages used. So why there are so many languages available as you can you have ideas also. There is a language called a C, there is a C++, there is in Java. These all things are available. But apart from this, Python is a famous. So why it is so? Okay. What is the reason and why it is so famous? That also we need to compare. So that will easily compare. Yeah, that Python is why it is get used, what are the extra features, and what are the exact differences between this language. If you know any programming language, then for the comparatively you can observe like Python is relatively easier than the C, C++ or Java. Okay, so that things we are going to discuss today. The very first part, the Python is developed by. So whom it is developed? Have you aware about developer names? So it is developed by Gudio Van Rossum is the name of the parts. Gudio, okay, Gudio Van Rossum. The name is there. He's a scientist of the Netherlands, Rossum. Okay, he is a developer of the Pythons. He started in 1989, near about the years, not exactly same, but near about in 1989. He started developers, okay, in Netherlands. Netherlands, TH. So we are first lecture, so we'll more about discuss about the history and all these things. Okay. So started developing in 1989, and the first versions of Python is released in the year of 1991. So that is also we must know 1991. First version of Python is released. Okay. So what are the goal behind the developing a Python programming language? Before the Pythons, there are famous languages there like means in that eras in 1917 C languages comes. At that time, the C language is very popular. Okay. So that is widely used. But he observed the problem of C language that it is very lengthy and the complex syntax is there. So developing some any application with the C language, it will be become complex at one level. So that its primarily goal of the Python to be developed is to keep it simple as much as possible. Okay, simple syntax you want to keep simple syntax. Second part, he's need to like easy to read or to write. These are the some feature he's initially kept in the mind. Okay, and he want to replace the complex language such as a C, C++, or a Java. Whichever the complex parts is there, you may aware about the C language or C++ language or Java points up. For writing just a hello world message, there so many process we need to follow. If you are working with the C or C++, you may aware about that we need to include so many files there. inclut, include some library we need to include first, right? And then accordingly we need to that hash include stdio.h. Then we need to write hash include con.io.h. So these are the library we need to maintain. And after that, we need to write void main. So these are the process we need to follow to print a simple a message, right? So this is observation is done by this Van Rossum and is try to keep the maintain like how you can simplify it for writing this code. Even you are working with the Java, still you know that we need to define the class and the main class. So we need to write a class, whichever the class name we have. Okay. Then you write your main class, like there is a public is there, public, static, void, main. So many things we need to write for just printing one of the hello world message. That is also you need to remember here. So to avoid such a complex syntax and keep as much as simple, has started developing this Python language. Okay. So this is the first things is get motivated. Like in that area, these are the three languages available: C, C++, and Java. And then he started developing the Pythons. Okay. So these are the primary goal for creating a Python. And then it is easy using easy syntax like in English language. Okay. It support the rapid developments, less code. With the minimum line of code we can achieve more work. So that's the agenda of the Python programming language. Okay. Now these are the features, like these are the agenda why the program is developed. Initially is focusing on only of the reduce the complexity of a C, C++, and the Java language. And to achieve that, whichever the thing is needed you already developed and used. So these are the things. So now every language has some history. Now this is the Python history is there. It is started by Guido van Rossum, Netherlands scientist, 1989. 2 years it took to release the first versions. Goal is to simple syntax, easy to write, reduce the complexity of this such much language. Okay, and name is also have some history. If you initially try to guess why the name is a Pythons. So most of the students or most of the peoples thinks it is a kind of a python snake, right? So the first picture comes into our mind that is about a snake, and that is also the very clear if you write this directly a python. So nowadays there are so many history will be generated of Python language. So, but primarily if you try to look the pythons, you'll observe the snake aspects, and even the that symbol if you try to observe that is look like in Python. So we primarily thought, okay, Python means a Python snake, but it is not actually true. It may be like we can think the Python is so much powerful language. It can, like in Python, it's bigger snake, so it will kill all the related a small snake kind of thing. There is kind of stories maybe there, but it's not a true. Okay, the name the Python is given by. So every name at that time is given by something, a famous thing will be going on and that eras on that durations. So while developing the Python language, there is an one circus is very famous. And that circus name is a Monty Python. So in that area, there is very famous circus is going on. That his name is a Monty Pythons. And he thought, like, if I keep the name of the programming language Python, so for the people it will be become easy to remember that name. So that was the reason why the name is given as a Pythons. Okay, it is not for the snake. Got it? Why the
Yes,
name
sir.
Pythons? It is based on Monty Python circus thing. So this is things. So Monty Python is a flying circus thing. So that is the things it designed with. So these are the basic things, and one more interesting things part will be there. So that also I'm going to write. So the Goodyear Venn Resems, if you are think about the many scientists, like C is developed by Dennis Ritchie's, C++ is B Journey Stop, Java is something else. So these all scientists are dead. They are not alive. But we mostly talk about Goodyear Venn Rossum. Okay, Goodyear Van Rossum. He's an alive. He's alive and still working. Okay, she must aware about this. See, he's a scientist. Now he's in 17 years old, born in 31st January 1956. So initially started he's working on own, and later on he joined the Google, and currently he's working for Microsoft. You may aware about the Microsoft, right? So we are very well known with the Microsoft. So currently you can see the profile history as well. Still you can find. So now the employer currently is in the Microsoft working for. Okay, it's if you can see the past history, you can see here the past. He worked for the Google as well. Like initially, he's working for the Google. Yeah, you can see that from 2015 to 2012. So he worked at the Google. So it's only developing a Python languages. Google developed many of things, but he could get a good offer from the Microsofts because the Microsoft having a you may not aware, but you may aware about a Chat GPT, right? That is an AI things. So Microsoft holding a 39% the shares of the Microsoft. So that's the power of the Microsoft. So that's why I decided to work with the Pythons and like Microsoft. So simplicity isn't alive. So that means Python will be keep improving and the future will be a very sophisticated. Okay. But doesn't mean that other language will be dead. There are powerfuls and that's still there are some core teams. They are keep on improving some things. But this will be a remain same. So fine. The primary thing is only this about a Python. Very first question come the one when is develop who is developed by Python? Could you when lessons when it is released? 1991. Goal is simple syntax, easy to write. Try to replace the complex syntax of C, C++, Java, and scientists is still alive and working for the Microsoft. Cool. So now, how to begin with the Pythons? So I already while starting with any programming language, I already shown you the many roadmaps for you. Like if you write something into a C language, so you can write here print f, print f. But you can't directly write the printf. Huh? You need to write all this body structure, and then after that you can write print. And if you work with the Java, then you know that there is a system dot out dot print. So this thing you need to write here, and within this brackets, you will write a Java here, Java. And one more thing, very important, while working with any other language, the semicolon is in very important factors for the language. And
Yes, sir.
the big relief in the Pythons, if I try to quote in Python, no semicolon needed. So the very complex or the forgettable things it Python remove the very first things. That is no semicolon is needed. Yes. How cool it is, right? No semicolon. So this, sorry, this is semicolon needed for the Pythons. Fine. So these are the simply parts. Now, which are the softwares, which are the tools need for the Python? For writing Python programs, so there are many softwares, many editors are there, but we'll use most simple, easy to install things so that it will be not be a complex. It will be a easy for us. So even you can write the Python program in VS Code as well. Even you can use Google Colab. There is a Notepad as well, and some is ID is an IDLE, which is provided by the default IDE for the Pythons. Okay, multiple ways are there. You can use any kind of editors. Syntax remains same. Okay, so let me show you some. The Google Colab is also there. You can see that Google Colab is there. The Google Colab means it's a cloud editors. There is no need to install anything. You can just need a Gmail ID and you can directly log in within Google Colabs. You can see that. Welcome to the Google Colabs. So I have done some of the programs. This is my history is there. Let me create something recently things I have done. You can open this Google Colabs and try to write something code. So let me open some notepad here. And it's provided such kind of editors where we can write some code and execute the Python code. Do not initially or directly working on this, so we mostly focus on firstly simple editors which will works without internet as well. So that kind of things I'm trying. So if we say start here, you can writing the code. So very first program you need to write, you can directly write here print double quotes, welcome to Python. Okay, that's all. You can execute here from. Okay, so it will execute. Means, can you see that we are not writing any heading tags, no brackets, no semicolons. Directly, we are write the first programs and we'll get the output here. Right? So this is what a Python is. They're not focusing on so much complex process. They want to keep simple as much we can. Okay, and this is how we can use a Google Colabs. If you want to use a Google Colabs, you can use, but I'm not primarily I suggest this. But as you can go further and in the advanced part, at that time we can use the Google Colabs, because by default Google Colabs have all the modules by default installed. There is no need to install any modules. All the Python module are already installed here, so you can just directly use. But we'll see some manual process, because where we understand the core syntax for creating file, running file, all the things we can understand there. Okay. Some of the feature I want to explain here, like there is no need to write a body. We are directly writing print statements and a printing. Okay. Let's go for next line of code. So suppose I want to do the addition of two numbers. So just imagine you can directly write a 2 plus 2 here. 2 plus 2 and execute it. You'll get outputs. So none of the programs provide such a kind of features, but the Python do. Okay. So let's me go for some other statements. For storing different data, all the languages have different data types, but Python is dynamically a types. Dynamically a type means if I are storing a is equal to a 2, now a is an act as an integer. If I store a is equal to 2.2, now a is an act as a float. Now, if I store a is equal to something kind of string, so now a is an act as a string. Some more type as well there, list, tuple, dictionary sets. But the primary thing is this. Okay. So now we are storing value like this, A, B, have a C. And you can print it back. Now, we need to print here. Print print. In double quote, we can write A colon is equal to. Here, more probably, we use a plus symbol here. That is A. Okay. Like B is there and the name is there. P is equal to. And the name is equal to whatever maybe. Now it's execute. Okay. For everywhere we're writing A. So that should not be there. After that A, there's a B, and there is a C. Not the plus, you need to write the comma. Okay, plus is used in Java language, not the for Pythons. Let execute now. You can see that we have output like A is equal to 2, B is equal to 2.2, and this is. Okay. So getting start with the Python, it is not much harder. You can simply start doing code like this, and you can easily reach out there. Okay. But we are initially not, we'll work on the Google Colabs or so many, there are other online tool is also there. But this Google Colab is specially designed for the Pythons. Okay. So you can try this. Here we can add the Python class name is the py2026. Am I right? So that's my Python page. And it will automatically save all the codes on the Google Clouds. So that is also the one of the part. Fine. Even you can do the Gemini as well. So it will suggest if any mistakes or any suggestion you can write here. But instead of this, we are mostly are going to use the actual IDE which we need to install in our local machine as well. Okay. So which are the software needed for writing Python codes? So there is an official website called python.org. Org. Sorry, org. This is an official website from where we can download the Pythons. Okay. You can see here there is an option called Pythons. Okay. So many things are available on this doc. If you want to search a job, there's a job is also there. Let us see that senior Python developer, full stack. Okay. And you may see that the senior research officer, London, United Kingdom, London. Hence, foreign countries mostly use the Pythons because it's futures. Most of job you can see that there's a remote and the USA based are there. Okay. So once you have Python knowledge properly, and once you have done the graduation or degree, you are applicable for the doing the jobs. Okay, let's go for the homes. And here's the option called downloads. And from here, you can download this Python called Python 3.1.4. Or else you can go here, download options, and there are, see the latest release, the Python's one. And in that, so many versions are available. Apart from this, we need to focus on Windows, right? Okay, don't make it that much complex. Simply go there, download positions, and download Python 3.4.3. See, we have this application file. Save this file for me. Okay, let me share you all the screenshot. But I'm going to create one group, and in that group, I'm going to share a link, all the images and icons. Let me share it on my own first, and then later on I will be share with you. So this is the first part important history and all these things. Right. Second part, yeah, this is Google Colabs. This also you can try. Is just go for the online Google Colabs. I will send you the URL as well so that you can try that. And the third part, how to install this. Official website is there, python.org. You can go there, downloads, and the Python this. Okay. Right. Apart from this, I can click on this Python and the save. Okay, complete this today at sale process. Once you have saved, go there and double click on an icons and start installing. I already installed, so I'm not going to replace my existing software. Here is very important factor is that tick this check box. Okay, if you not tick this Python, so many times your install module is not going to install on our systems. So add Python exe to path. This is very important. So you have to check this and directly click on installed now. Okay, so these are the process you need to follow like this. Okay, and I can simply hit on the install now. It will be keep installing, just next, 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 and the finish. Don't do much of things. As simple as you can, just keep it simple. Or exit, yes. Once you have installed, go to the start button and search IDLE. IDLE. So you can see that this IDLE. You have to go with the start buttons and search IDLE. Print screen. Okay. You can search IDLE. Okay, like where's the WhatsApp? IDLE need to search. Perfect. So I can Python will be open like this. Okay. This is a Python shell. Here also we are going to do the program like 2 plus 2, print, print, Pythons. Okay. So these are all these things. But you're not going to write all the things here. We'll actually create a new files. Now you can create a file, new file, and the name of the file, the extension will be .py. Okay. SCHOOL school Python 2026. Within this folder, I will write my first file at first first dot py extension is there. C language is having C++ dot cpp, Java is having dot Java, but Python is having extension dot py. And the very first program you need to write that welcome to Python, Python, Pythons. For print data, you need to write this. Okay. And how to run it? To run these programs, you can go here, run and run module. Okay. So this is our first programs that we have written. And to run the programs, you need to go for the run module or simply press F5. run modules. See, we'll get the output like this. Run modules. Perfect. That's all. Today's target is only this. Okay, not more than this. I'll create one WhatsApp group and share all the images related things. Okay.